Many of you know that I quit my job last year to become a full-time content creator in the middle of a huge renovation. Winston and I completely gutted the house, and I haven't given you guys an update in a little while, so it's time for a home update. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to everyone who's new here. My name is Ashley Parke. This is Parke Avenue, where I have tons of fashion and lifestyle content. So if that's what you love, make sure to check out some of my other videos. When you find something you like, hit that subscribe button and make sure you guys turn on your notification bells because I upload multiple times a week and I don't want you to miss a thing. I have lots to show you guys, but before we get into like the actual like home updates, I want to show you guys a couple of cool things that we picked up. Well, actually Winston picked them up and I wanted to share them with you, so let's go. This beautiful cast iron pot or skillet pan. It's a pan. It's a cast iron pan. Anyway, Winston really loves cast iron and he does most of the cooking. Like between the two of us, he cooks like all the time. And then he usually cooks with this one. This is a large skillet, but he really wanted something bigger. And we're gonna be doing like outdoor cooking and frying fish and things like that once we get the yard fixed up. So he really wanted this butter pat and he's really excited about it. We've had it like a couple weeks now, you say? Like a couple weeks, and literally if you have to warm up anything, he only wants you to use this pan because even though this pan comes like a little bit like pre-seasoned, it's just like to help you out, so you still have to season it and get it like ready. And so we've been using it and he really loves it. And I asked you guys on Instagram if you want to see more like cooking content from us, things like that. So let me know here as well. Do you guys want to see more of like the meals that Winston makes? We do more like cooking and things like that. So let me know in the comments. This is so heavy, you guys. I can't pick it up in one hand. You have to use two hands to pick this up. But it is really, really huge. It's 15 inches. Really big. And it's called Butter Pat. It's the Lily, Butter Pat Lily. It's 14. Oh, you guys, I couldn't even think that thing's so heavy. It's 14 inches. Okay, so now enough with the pans. Oh, and let me know what you guys think. Like, what do you guys cook with? Do you use a lot of like cast iron, or do you prefer like, I don't know, the other like non-stick stuff? Let me know. I actually really do like the cast iron, but if it was left up to me, I wouldn't have these because they're just so heavy. But they're actually really easy to maintain. So anyway, let's talk about some of the other home updates, and I think we're gonna start with the guest bathroom because I'm really excited about this tile. So before we continue, I wanna tell you guys about this cool new vacuum that I got. And what I love most about it is that I don't have to do anything. So this is the Eufy X8 RoboVac Hybrid. You can get the regular version, but I'm showing you guys the hybrid. And honestly, I think this is the one to get because it does everything for you. This version does vacuuming, and then it also does mopping, and I've never seen anything like that myself. I think that's pretty cool, and I love to have that dual feature. So when it is doing the vacuuming around your home or the mopping, it uses lasers to navigate throughout your house, so it's not constantly bumping into furniture or into the walls. It's a pretty smart device. And what's also cool is that, let's say you're using the mopping setting on this vacuum, it also has a waterproof plate that you set up right where the charging station is. So that way when it finds its way home, when it's done mopping or vacuuming, it will go back to the charging station and sit on top of the plate. So the mopping pads, they don't constantly drip on your hardwoods or your luxury vinyl flooring. We all know how expensive that can be, so you wanna make sure you're taking care of it. So I think that's a cool feature. And the mopping pads are washable. It comes with a few, and what's great is that you can just throw them in the washing machine and reuse them. That's pretty cool, and you can use whatever like solution you like to use to mop your floors with. That's great as well. It has a little reservoir that you just fill up and then it goes on its own. So you don't have to do much at all. And you guys might remember in a previous video, I shared with you a handheld vacuum that I was using. It was also Eufy, and I love that one as well. What I like most about that one is that it's very lightweight and it's really sleek, and I take it sometimes to use in the car. And I've had handheld vacuums in the past, and even though they're like small, they're still bulky for their size and they're not so lightweight. So the smaller handheld vac from Eufy that I have, I really love because it is lightweight and it's sleek. So it even looks good when it's sitting on the charging station in the house. Great products. I have a coupon code for you guys that I will leave in the description box, so be sure to check there. Now let's get back to the home update. All right, so now we're in the powder room, which is the downstairs like guest bathroom. And it is a half bath. It just has a sink and a toilet. And I love this bathroom, even though it's not as big or as like spa-like as our master bathroom. I still think this might be my favorite bathroom in the house. because I just love the vibe and the vibe that we're looking to create in here. This is the bathroom right off of the hallway. So right now, if you follow me on Instagram, the toilet that you saw in the kitchen is actually the guest bathroom toilet. But yeah, so it's empty right now, but it'll be a toilet here, a vanity, and the mirror, of course. So that's gonna be really cute. It's actually a really good size for a guest bathroom, honestly. Like right off the kitchen, a really nice size bathroom. So that'll be where all the guests come and do what they gotta do. So my favorite part about this bathroom is the tile. We got this from Floor & Decor, and we really fell in love with it. They had it like on a display, and it just looked really cool, and we wanted to do something really fun in this bathroom. That's why I think it's gonna be my favorite bathroom when it's complete. I saw a lot of like really fun, really interesting and out there powder room bathrooms as far as like inspiration, so I really wanted to do something cool. But because this isn't our forever home, I didn't want to do something like completely like off the wall, but I still wanted to do something cool. This light fixture we really loved, and we did all like black hardware in this bathroom, just because it just is gonna tie into the other elements that we have downstairs just in general. And so we got this light fixture and this mirror from West Elm or CB2. I think the mirror came from CB2 as well as the light fixture, but I'm gonna link it for you guys because I can't remember which one. We love both of those stores, so we often look there for like, you know, our furniture stuff. So I'll link where they came from, but keeping with all like the black trim and all the black and everything like that, since the house is so white, we went with, you know, this black hardware as well. This is really cute. And I didn't think I was really gonna like black. That scared me. So I didn't think I was gonna like black hardware, but I really do love it. I thought it was gonna be too harsh, and personally, I prefer gold, but you know, I wanted to do something different here and I really like the way it looks. And then this sink we actually got from IKEA, and I really love it. I actually like this sink and like this whole setup. I like it even more than our master bedroom. Now, when we went to IKEA, they didn't have like, well, first of all, we did this bathroom after we had already completed our master bathroom upstairs. And when we did that one, because we wanted to spend some time on like the shower and the bathtub and everything else, you know, I didn't get like the sink of my dreams, but it is still really nice because we experimented with like the countertop, but I know now that I'd rather just go with porcelain. So this I really love, and honestly, to me, it looks way more expensive than IKEA. It doesn't look like it's from IKEA at all, and I really love that. And then I also love the way this wood grain looks with the black hardware, especially as like a pop against the tile. I think it looks really good. So that was a lot of fun. And this is a floating cabinet, and it just looks really clean. I really like that. And Gizmo's afraid. Gizmo's scared of the thunder, so he has joined us on this update. Now, as far as everything else, this is, I mean, it's a little bit of an awkward size. It's pretty spacious in here, but it's still like a little bit of an awkward size. So we have these really white blank walls. And what I want to do is, I don't know what is going to be here. I'm not sure at all. But on this wall opposite the mirror and toilet, I want to do a moss artwork. I want to do a moss artwork, something really big, really grand and oversized. I think it would be really beautiful. And especially when we have company over, when people take selfies in the mirror, they'll get a little bit of the tile, and then they'll also get the moss wall in the background. So I want it to be like photographable. That was my goal for this house. Not only for it to be really comfortable and cozy and just like cute, I want every space to be photographable, a space I can film in, a space I can take photos in, and it also makes it fun for like when people come over and they want to take photos and things like that. I just want everywhere in the house to be, you know, just really cute. Okay, so this is the fireplace, and we were really excited to be able to like, you know, really make it a really cool area in the house. So the tile, again, we got from Floor & Decor. We saw this on display, and then when we decided to get it, we were trying to match it exactly because the grout that they had was like a chocolatey kind of a brown. It was just really pretty, and I thought this was really interesting. And Winston and I both liked it, and when we both like something, we like to explore it because sometimes we can have a difference of opinion. So it's nice that we both really fell in love with the tile. And it was just like a little bit different than the other things that were going on in the house. We thought it would be fun. And then again, tying in some of the blacks that we have in the house. So Winston recently mounted this TV. This is a TV, I mean, we have from the apartment. And after we mounted it, well, even before we mounted it, we knew that it was actually too small. But TV is like the least of our priorities right now. So we will upgrade to a bigger one. But for now, it's fine. And it just makes, you know, makes it nice and comfy in here when we have the fire going and watching, like, recently we watched the Kanye documentary, which was really good. Okay, so now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you already know that we are trying to figure out what we're gonna do with these side panels. So we saw some really cool like inspiration with like just like side paneling, just like making a space, you know, have a little bit more interest. And all the walls are white in this house, and we have a lot of walls to like fill up and decorate and everything like that. So we figured we'd play around with like these panels, which I thought was a cool idea, and it came out really good. But now we're struggling with what color we should paint it. Now we decided white because we figured it would just be nice and just add like a little bit of texture because it has the panels, but it was a fail. It doesn't pop enough. It kind of like blends in, and it's just not exciting, and I don't like the way it looks, so Winston doesn't like it either. So now we're trying to decide if we're going to try to find a color similar to the tile, which is kind of like this browny, bronzy kind of color. I really don't know how to describe it. We're gonna take a tile to the paint shop and see if they could like mimic it, and then we'll go from there, just play around. It was a lot of work to paint this, so that's the only headache. But
how much work was it?
Well, I don't know how much work it was because I didn't do it per se, but we're a unit, so you know what I'm saying? We're a unit. So he did this, and I was there as well. So now, as you can see, the other panel is not painted, but it's taped off for when Winston wants to paint it again. Now let me show you guys the actual fireplace, because this was so cool and we knew we wanted to have it like exactly like this. So let me turn it on. We got this cool I think I showed you guys this in another video. This is from Amazon. It's one of those electric fire starters, so it just kind of like tases the gas. So we were really excited about the fireplace because we just love them. Obviously it's cozy and it's just a nice element. So all we did after we cleaned it out, because it was a mess, we painted the inside black, and then we got some fiberglass because this is a gas burning fireplace, and you know, we had to fill it up and we wanted to do something pretty. So we saw a lot of inspiration on fiberglass, and it looks really good. So we love the way it looks. We like the way it turned out. I'm actually thinking, should we add a glass in the front? But right now this is the way it looks, and I really am happy with the fireplace. And we did, for the base, this is granite, like a black granite. Really nice. So I'm excited for it to get finished. I'm really excited to finish these panels so we could just have this done, and it'd be really, really nice because I do love the fireplace. And it really is like a focal point of the entire living room. All right, guys, so now we're over by the staircase, and we actually have 2 staircases in this house, which I think is overkill because we only use one of them, and it's really, this one just isn't even necessary, but that's the way they built the house. And for us to take the stairs out, we, well, first of all, at the time, we didn't have the time to do it. And so we would have to like gut it out completely, and it was just, you know, it just, we didn't have the time to do it or the capacity. So we're gonna just fix it up so it could just look nice at least. So we ripped up the carpet off the stairs, which you guys have seen in other update videos. And Winston actually is building this part of the staircase, the railing, which looks really good so far. And actually he finished the one in the front staircase, so I'll show you guys how that looks. But this looks so good. And I was impressed because honestly, before we moved into this house, I didn't know how handy Winston was. Like, he made a lot of things and like fixed things like that, you know. But we lived in apartments, so we didn't really have the capacity, and he didn't have the tools to do like large projects. So it's really cool to see that he can do things like this. And I'm just excited to see how this one's gonna turn out, because I think already this is gonna be like slightly different than the other one, right? This part, or it's gonna be the same?
It's the same. Okay.
Well, I'm excited to see how it's gonna look, and then it's gonna have like a big black like metal piece, like the actual railing part, but you guys will see from the other staircase. And then all we're gonna do with the steps is we are gonna put carpet going up the steps. It's gonna be way better than the carpet that was here before, and I didn't want carpet at all, but it is more cost effective right now, and we could always like update it later on. And then what I'm thinking for this staircase, because it doesn't get used and I don't plan on it getting used, we're gonna put like a bar over here or something like that, like an actual alcohol bar, because you guys know I have my coffee bar, which has some alcohol in it now, but it's not supposed to be there. So eventually, once we fix this up, we're gonna have like a little bar area, because it is closer to the living room, and then when we have company over, you know, people can make their drinks and like hang out. We wanna have like lots of seating, and we want it to be like really comfy and cozy. So I'm gonna see like about some inspiration for this kind of like bar area, because I want it to be like really cool. Maybe a cool rug, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you guys have some cute ideas. Now I want to show you guys a little glimpse of the yard and tell you about our new doors. We had to replace all the doors in this house, And eventually we're gonna have to replace all the windows. That's gonna be like the next phase, maybe even like next year. Windows and HVAC, those are two huge projects that we have to complete in this house. But obviously we gotta get other things out of the way first. So we did have to replace all the doors, and I really like these. These are from Home Depot, and one thing about this house, I wanted more like open like window space, things like that, because there's only one window in this living room, and so it's really nice to have like this big open space. And what's cool about these is the actual blinds are inside the window, so I didn't have to worry about a window treatment, which is something else I was really concerned about. So all you have to do is pull this up, and then it's closed. I really like that. And it's like glass on both sides, so the actual window treatment's inside the glass. And while we're here, I want to show you guys the yard. So we got everything like ripped out of the ground. We had a lot of posts in the backyard. You guys remember from like the very first home tour that I did when we were like in the middle of gutting the house. I showed you guys how much crap was back there. It was just so many things. So we did, we got everything ripped out. Winston tried to rip up a lot of the posts, but they were cemented into the ground. So it was a lot of work for him. So we had to call in, some professionals that had like really heavy equipment that could just do it easily. They came and they made light work of everything. They like ripped everything out and got rid of like all the extra garbage that was back there. So now we just have to clean it up and then figure out if we're going to be doing sod or seeding. We really do want to go with the sod so we can have like an instant backyard, but seeding is more cost effective, but it takes longer to get the result we're looking for, which is a really nice plush, thick lawn. So we go out there barefoot and be comfortable. Gizmo can run around and all of that. So as you can see, we have like some things out there that we just need to clean up before we move into that next phase. But we are still like deciding on exactly how the yard is gonna look anyway. But that is a large project, but I'm happy that we at least got it cleared up for the most part. Now we're in the garage, and this was another complete like renovation. We gutted the garage completely, and the walls had to be redone, the floors had to be redone, and what we ended up going with was an epoxy over the floors. And it looks really cool. I like the way it looks. It adds a little bit of interest to the garage, but we just really wanted the garage to just be like really clean and like nice and neat. Right now it is filled with like tools and the wood that Winston is using, and because we don't have a shed in the yard, everything lives in here right now. So once we get a shed, we're gonna take all the tools out, put them back there. And Winston already has his pull-up bar in here, but a portion of the garage is gonna be an at-home gym, and then maybe we'll park one car in here because this is a 2-car garage. But we really did want to get a Peloton and make like a little gym area. And we also added motorized doors. Before, the doors were manual, and actually the garage doors were super beat up, honestly, and they were a mess. So we did add the motorized garage doors, which is really nice. And I'm looking forward to being able to park in here and things like that, especially when it's raining, because even though we had covered parking in an apartment, you guys know like living in an apartment is like a lot different. So it's really nice to be able to have that option, even though parking in the driveway is just super easy and simple. So most times we just pull up in the, we're probably gonna just pull up in the driveway anyway. But Winston also put this shelving up here that we are going to be using to help with organization, and it's going to be really great to have another area where we can put things like up and away, out of the way. One thing, even though this house is pretty spacious, we are finding ourselves sometimes wondering where we're going to store things. So it's nice to have that extra option. And so once we get the shed, we'll even be more organized. So that's what we're working on, you guys. We have some finishing like paint touches to do. Some of the trim around the doorways still needs to be painted. You guys saw the railing for the stairs that has to be complete, and then the actual staircase has to get finished as well. So we do have some little things to take care of inside the house and then move on to the outside of the house, because like I said before, we do have some larger projects that we want to do outside. Eventually, we even want to get the whole house re-sided, So those are some pretty like major projects we're going to take care of down the line. But once we get the inside complete, then we'll think about that. But that is it for this home update, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's like cool to see like all the progress that we've made, because sometimes I even have to remind myself, a lot of times to be honest, I have to remind myself how far we've come, because when you are living in the renovation, like while it's happening, it is so easy to overlook all the progress you've made. And we have done a lot in a year. And sometimes we get overwhelmed, and me especially, sometimes I get overwhelmed and I'm just like, oh, when is this gonna be done? And it just feels like we're not making any progress. But then when I look back at the footage and I really just take a second and think about everything, we have done so much in a year, especially considering that I left my job to do this full time, and this was a huge undertaking. So I'm really proud of us that we did something like this, and I cannot wait until we're finished so that we could just see, you know, the final result. So that's gonna be really exciting, and of course I'm gonna share that with you guys. And there are gonna be more home updates to come. We wanna be finished with a lot of the little things inside the house, like, you know, by the end of the month or so that we can move on to figuring out what we wanna do with the outside. Winston actually started some of the yard work, as far as like getting rid of some of like the old rocks that the previous homeowners were using as decoration. They were actually quite ugly, very ugly. And so we had to move some of those out, and that takes a little bit of time because, you know, they're really heavy and we're doing everything ourselves pretty much. So anyway, that's the home update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you made it this far and you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? I really would love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Be sure to check out my ebook. You guys, I got such a positive response from so many of you, and I thank you guys so much. I'm so happy you guys loved my ebook, where I shared with you guys everything that I have done to get to the point that I'm at right now. I get so many questions about how to be successful on YouTube, what I did, you know, any tips that I have to offer, and literally everything is in that guide. And I got so much good feedback from you guys about how valuable you feel that this guide is, and it truly is. So now I'm really excited to say that you guys can get the audio version of this ebook. I know a lot of you might be very busy, but you still want to learn how to succeed on YouTube. You want some tips and some guidance. And I know that a lot of people are just really busy. Maybe you're a mom, maybe you are only able to listen while you're like on the computer at work. So this audiobook is going to allow you to do that. It's going to give you all the same information, but now you can just listen and you don't have to sit in one place and read. We're all very busy, and I know we all are multitasking, but you still want to be able to get the information. So the audiobook is now live. You guys check the description box and pick it up. And I would love to know you guys' feedback. It helps so much in me just like, you know, being able to share more with you guys and just know that you're able to receive the information. So definitely check the description box. I'm really excited for this, and I cannot wait for you guys to check it out as well.